Awesome.
Commitment dedication.
6 more weeks. Whoa.
Unless she sees her shadow.
Yeah, that's true. I'm hoping for like 4 or 5.
So just, when you leave here, just put the jury room, get a ride to the
Go to amusement park, that kind of thing.
It's a good idea, Tom.
How are you?
Did you like your soap?
Yes, that's what my little note was for.
Remind me of coming tonight.
It's not necessary. Ready, Jen?
Yep.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the October 16, 2017 Crest Hill City Council meeting to order, and everyone would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please, Jen.
Ray Solomon,
Here.
Vicky Hackney, Glenn Conklin,
I'm here.
Scott Dyke,
Here.
John Verche,
Here.
Barb Scolaire,
Here.
Claudia Gazal. I'm here too. Tina Oberlin.
Present.
Marco Polo Di Pietro. Nate Albert.
Here.
Tom Inman.
Here.
I did receive an email from City Clerk Vicky Hackney, and she is excused for this evening's meeting. You have before you the minutes of the regular meetings from October 2nd, 2017. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
We have motion by Alderman Cola Di Pietro, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal. Questions or comments in regards to the minutes? Roll call, please.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barb Scolaire.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal. Yes. Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
And Marco Polo Di Pietro.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, we do not have a business promotion this evening, so we will continue with the regular agenda. And we have our city administrator, Heather McGuire. Good evening, Heather.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have 2 agenda items for consideration this evening. The first is the Gaylord and Division Traffic Signal Intergovernmental Agreement. This is with the City of Joliet. As we began improvements on this road several years ago, it was agreed with the City of Joliet that we would complete the intersection improvements and they would have maintenance over the actual traffic signal system, including any maintenance and energy costs associated with that. Through some staffing changes, this was never finalized, but we are seeking approval of the final version before you this evening.
Motion would be in order.
So moved. Second.
We have motion by Alderman Inman, seconded by Alderman Verche for the intergovernmental agreement for the installation of the traffic signals at the intersection of Gaylord Road and Division Street. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please, Jen.
Barb Scolaire.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Marco Polo Di Pietro.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
And John Verche.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And the second item I have before you this evening is an ordinance regulating the sale of dogs, cats, and rabbits in the city of Crest Hill. As discussed at a couple different work sessions over the last several months, the city of Crest Hill is seeking to pass an ordinance regulating the retail sale of dogs, cats, and rabbits. And specifically what this ordinance would do is limit the sale of any of those animals to those animals that were obtained at an animal care facility, which is essentially a government rescue type organization, or a 501c3 animal rescue organization within the city limits of the city of Crest Hill. I'd be seeking approval this evening, or I'd be happy to answer any other questions on the ordinance.
Second.
We have motion by Alderwoman Overland, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal of an ordinance regulating the sale of dogs, cats, and rabbits in the city of Crest Hill. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please.
Marco Polo Di Pietro.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barb Scolaire.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries, and it'll be ordinance number 1752.
Okay.
Thank you. That was the final item I had this evening, but would be happy to answer any other questions. The informational report is in your packet, and we do have a work session scheduled for October 23rd with current topics, including the audit presentation and the investment policy review.
Any questions of city administrator?
I just want to, can I just add a comment about something? She is crying back there. Megan? Peggy, I'm losing it. You just made me cry. Your compassion, both of your compassion is just amazing. I just saw your tears coming out. So I'm gonna speak on my behalf. I'm very proud of this council that we did this, and her, because I'm gonna speak for her today. She can't talk. So thank you for all your hard dedication to both of you.
I was going to call you up to the podium, but get your composure and we'll come up during public speaking comments. How's that? Anybody else? Okay, thanks, Heather. Moving on to our Public Works Department, our Director of Public Works, Tony Therese. Good evening, Tony.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. I do have two items for your consideration for this evening's council. First, I would like to start by reading a proclamation.
Absolutely.
Proclamation, whereas the infrastructure that brings water to and from homes and businesses is essential to the quality of life and economic vitality of the city of Crest Hill, and whereas 20,837 residents on average utilize 165 gallons of water per person per day, and whereas the city of Crest Hill's community has 80.5 miles of water, 7 active wells, 1 backup well with 4 elevated towers totaling 2.8 million gallons of stored water. The city of Crest Hill also operates 2 water reclamation plants and 1 lift station treating 3 million gallons of wastewater per day. And whereas the crisis in Flint, Michigan shows the severe impact of what can happen to the health and well-being of the community without access to clean drinking water. And whereas utilities nationwide are grappling with aging infrastructure and lack reliable revenue and funding to maintain systems, let alone upgrade their systems, and whereas 1/5 of the U.S. economy would grind to a halt without reliable and clean source of water, and whereas managing water responsibly is critical to our nation's environmental health and to high quality of life through economic commerce, power generation, and recreation, and whereas investing in our drinking water and wastewater systems will secure a bright and prosperous future for generations to come, and whereas innovation in water conservation and water reuse will drive job growth, economic development, and establish a 21st century paradigm of water management in the United States, and whereas for every 1 job created in the water sector, another 3.68 jobs are added in the national economy, and for every dollar spent on infrastructure improvements, the U.S. generates $6 in return. And whereas different regions face different water challenges, so the solutions and strengthen our drinking water and wastewater systems must be locally driven, but reinvestment in our water must be a national priority. Now, therefore, I, Raymond R. Solomon, by virtue of the powers vested in me as the mayor of the city of Crest Hill, along with the members of the city council, do hereby designate and proclaim October 12, 2017 as National Imagine a Day Without Water in Crest Hill, Illinois. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the corporate seal of the city of Crest Hill this 16th day of October 2017, signed Raymond R. Solomon, Mayor.
Motion would be in order.
So moved.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Cola DiPietro. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Tom Inman,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barb Scolare,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
and Marco Cola Pietro.
Yep.
Motion carries.
The first item for your consideration, as discussed at the October 9th session, work session, is the well 10 booster pump upgrades. Utilities Division of the Department of Public Works is requesting council to approve a construction contract for well 10 booster station upgrades. Bids for the booster station upgrades were open on the 22nd of September. Attached are the bid summary reports. The low bidder was Gaskill and Walton Company of Chicago Heights with a total bid price of $262,088. And was under the estimate of the engineer of $285,000. Gaskill and Walton have performed other projects with the city, including Well 1 and Well 7, and we would like to proceed with this project.
Motion would be in order.
So moved. Second?
Motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Verche, to award the bid to Gaskill Walton Company of Chicago at the bid price of $263,088. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? We did speak about this at the last work session last week. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Marco Colade Pietro,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Tom Inman,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche,
Yes.
and Barb Scolaire.
Yes.
Motion carries.
And that's for the Oakland Avenue Tower, our well house, correct? Tony?
That is for the,
Oakland and Caton.
yes.
Oakland and Caton's
That's
farm,
correct.
right.
The second item for your consideration this evening is the Robinson proposal for engineering services for the capacity management operations and maintenance plan, also known as CMOM. Attaches an engineering service proposal from Robinson's Engineering for the capacity management operations plan. Public Works is requesting approval to proceed with this engineering service to develop a viable CMOM plan for the city. These services are not to exceed the fee of $24,500.
So moved as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Inman, to award the proposal to Robinson Engineering for the capacity management operations and maintenance plan, and this was also discussed last week at the October 9th work session. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please, Jen.
John Verche,
Yes.
Barb Scolaire,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Marco Colade Pietro,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Tom Inman,
Yes.
and Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries.
That's all I have, Mayor. If I can answer any other questions, I'd be glad to at this time.
Any questions of Public Works?
Tony,
Yes.
could,
Oh,
go ahead, go ahead.
I've had, well, first just one gentleman repeatedly asking me about it, but now in the last few days, I've had several people from other areas of the city come in and ask me about this. Apparently, the street sweepers are going out on the same day in the wards that the garbage pickup is, so the toters are out in the road and, you know, the overflow that people haven't picked up yet is out there, and the street sweeper, they feel is not really, that's a good time, and I don't know how that's scheduled or why it's scheduled, but I was just wondering if there was maybe a way we could have it do it the day after the garbage pickup, so that the toters are already in and off the streets, and, you know, people don't have the hassle of, because so many people just put the toters out on the road instead of in their property.
Right. We have tried to schedule it around garbage pickup as best as possible. Unfortunately, we don't have a schedule to where we run it every day and be able to skip a day. We try to start on the east side of town, work our way to the west side of town. So there are going to be a couple days where, unfortunately, our sweeper is going to be in, you know, the path of the garbage pickup day. We'll try to avoid that as much as possible, and it all depends, again, as, you know, our manpower and what days we send that sweeper out. But we'll, I'll certainly make a note of that and try to coordinate it a little bit better.
Thank you.
Certainly.
Just wondering if you can give a little bit of an update on hydrant flushing. I know we've been updated, but maybe for the residents.
Yes, the first phase of the hydrant flushing has been completed. That was completed last Sunday. This Sunday started the second phase. We should be done by Friday evening of this week. That should complete the entire city flushing. Again, that's weather dependent. We were lucky that the rain that we got was on Saturday and not on Sunday. Sunday's when they start their week of the hydrant flushing. So we're still on schedule with that. So we're hoping that, again, by Friday evening, or excuse me, Thursday evening, early Friday morning, we'll be done with that phase of the flushing. But everything has been going well. We haven't seen any problems. We've been maintaining all the hydrants that have been reported as needing repair. So we are keeping up with the repair list as well.
And phase one was everything north of Caden Farm Road. Now we're south of Caden Farm Road.
That's correct.
And so the residents know that this is all done during the evening, so if they wake up in the morning, they got some rusty water, they just need to run it for a bit and it should
Just
clear.
for a short bit, it should clear up. We haven't had any complaints, luckily, knock on wood. We do start at 9 PM, sometimes 8:30 PM, depending on how many hydrants we anticipate on finishing that evening. So, and we're done by anywhere between 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And tell Mark, we really appreciate getting all those updates. It's very nice that he takes the time to send it to all of us, because it's nice, then you know before you get a call what they're calling
Right,
about.
yep. No, we try to keep everybody informed as best as possible. And I'm glad to hear that, and the guys have been performing real well. We do have a new group of newer employees that have been exposed to the hydrant flushing, and they're catching on with that as well, so it's been going well.
And in regards to the rain event that we did have on Saturday, it was a lot of rain that came down. I think everything worked well. I will say that I did see the crews out on Saturday afternoon, and I know they were clearing out storm drains and everything else, so hats off to them. I would ask for the general public, if you can try to keep the leaves out of the street, and especially during rain events, if you can just go out there and help us out a little bit by kicking the leaves that are blocking the inlet to the storm sewer, if you could just clean it out a little bit to let that water drain down. It's a big help to us, and it's a large city to cover during the rain event. But hats off to the crews, because I know they did a great job with the whole rain event that we had. And fortunately, we did not get as much rain as they did up north, where there was a lot more flooding that was involved.
4 inches is still
Yeah.
considerable amount of rain in one day.
Right.
And I will pass that message on to our crews, as I did this morning. I'll thank them again on behalf of council.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, Tony, on Oakland Avenue, just south of the railroad track there, we still haven't got those thistles cut down over there.
We cut them down, probably, I'm gonna say, a few days after you first mentioned it. They probably grew again.
No, these are still big, tall ones. They only cut
They
a
are.
little bit of them. They didn't go down all the way on the hill.
No, it's a very steep hill.
Yeah, I know.
And it's, we tried to, the way we try to do it is just to reach as far as we can with the weed whacker. It's on the other side of the guardrail there. We'll take a look at it again, try to knock down as many as we can. I just don't want to jeopardize the safety of our workers going down that hill, slipping with operating equipment, and having them be injured in any way. But I'll certainly take a look at it, and we'll try to cut some of those down as best as we can.
Can't we rent a tractor with a blade on lawnmower out? They got the big arm, they go down there and cut that all the way down to the bottom of the hill. I know the state has one of those.
That's, they do sell that, or they do rent that kind of equipment. I can take a look and see if we can rent something like that. I'll get back to you on that, John.
Okay. On this here letter that people got in their water bills, it's kind of confusing. Could we make that a little easier for them on this? You can't have their power, pressure water in their house hooked up to our water line, or something like that. Couldn't it make it a little easier? A lot of people are confused about the letter. They didn't understand what the letter was talking about. Every citizen got one.
I'll reread that and see if we can clarify it a little bit next time.
Yeah, a lot of people had their own
I
water
haven't-
pressure in their house. And if they hook the city water up, they just tell them they can't hook that two lines together. They both have to be separated.
That's correct.
And it would be clearer to the people, because I had a lot of people ask me, they said, we're confused, I don't know what this means. I said, you have a well in your house, you have pressure water in your house? I said, no. I said, then don't worry about it.
Mark Seifert explained that last meeting, and if people don't understand it, they'll give them a copy. He said it here in a public meeting.
I'll take a look at that letter again. I thought we had already addressed that. It's also on the website for CCRA. I believe that's one of the first questions one of the first series of questions they asked on the website is, do you have private well or do you have city water? So but I'll check into that, Jen.
And if anybody does have any questions on anything contained in that survey, they can reach out to CCRA, which is, the number is on our website, it was in the letter as well, and they can help them, guide them through those
Yeah,
questions.
'cause I had people call me or ask me, what does that mean? I said, you got your own, did you have a well at your house? No. I said, well, then don't worry about it then. There's nothing, you can't, don't have,
Yeah,
no
they still
concern
need
to
to
you.
fill out the survey, but if there are any questions on any of
Yeah.
the information contained in there, they can reach out to CCRA, they'll guide them through the process.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay, thanks, Tony.
You're welcome.
Moving on to Community Development Department, our Director of Economic Development, Scott McMaster. Good evening, Scott.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have no agenda items this evening. I do have a couple of things of note, though, I would like to pass on. Amazon is expected to open at some point next week. They said the 25th, but that's not a concrete date. So if you're still looking for a job at Amazon, you can go on their website. They're still hiring. They'll be hiring throughout the season here for the holidays. Charter Fitness in the Hillcrest Shopping Center is expected to open the first week in November. Obviously, if you've been up Weber Road, you see that they have moved from there into Hillcrest, and a new fitness facility is now moving into the old Charter Fitness. And then a winter event, again, is on Saturday, November 25th. We have quite a few sponsorships that have come in the last couple of weeks, but we're still taking in sponsors. So if there's a business or anybody that's still looking to sponsor, we'll be happy to talk to them and see if we can get a sponsorship for them. And then finally, the September permit fees and code enforcement reports are in your packet. And with that, I'll answer any questions.
Scott, question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Talking about charter, since they moved, why they still have all these signs, two trucks with their signs on Weber Road and that strip mall?
They're working
I mean,
on getting.
It looks very trashy.
Yeah, they are working on getting a lot of equipment out of there. I know that there was some equipment on, in front of their store, the last couple of weeks.
Well, they
So
have like about 5 signs. They have 2 big trucks with their advertisement on it.
Are you talking about Charter or the new fitness facility that's going in there?
No charter. They still have their information there that are still announcing.
I guess I'm confused on Weber Road, because I have not
Yes,
seen
where they used
that.
to be located.
Yeah, I understand. I just haven't seen all those signs, I guess. But I can take a look and look into
Take a
it
look
for you.
tomorrow,
Because
yeah.
I know they are transitioning, so they're moving a lot of equipment out of that building into the new one. So I'll take a look and see what the issue is, and
I
we'll
think
try to
they're
get that
trying to
clear.
advertise the new place, but it's like, there's a lot of signs.
Sure, okay. I will certainly look into it and let you know.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Scott, on the permit report, the Menards is taking on about project for 2.4 million. You know what that's about?
That's for an addition on the, I believe, the east side of the building they're putting in. And this has been a long time coming. We've been speaking with them for several months, but they're finally taking action, and they're putting an addition on the back end of that building, which is good for the city.
Okay,
And
thanks,
you
Scott.
said that Mighty Muffler still got their...
Yeah, we're still
lights
cleaning
on.
up a couple of these businesses with the LED lights. I know Kirk has been out early in the morning when it's still dark out to note which businesses are still
He runs
displaying.
his night and day, so...
Yeah, we will make sure that we have sent several tickets out already, so we will make sure that we clean up the rest of them.
Okay, thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Moving on to Police Department, our Police Chief, Ed Clark. Good evening, Ed.
Evening, Mayor and Council. I have a couple things before you this evening. First one I have is Special Services, Police Event Services Agreement for Siegel's Cottonwood Farm. It's for the dates of October 20th, 21st, 27th, and 28th. Next couple weekends. That's going to be for traffic and safety on Weber Road during the event that they hold every year. I'll be looking for approval for that. They're gonna be hiring 2 officers to help regulate traffic on Weber.
Motion would be in order.
So move.
Second?
Motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Cola DiPietro for the police services contract with Siegel's Cottonwood Farm. Questions or comments in regards to the motion?
Yeah, Chief, can I ask you a question? On this piece of paper, we got the 28th and 29th, but you said it's 27 and 28?
Yeah, I probably had that wrong in the memo.
Okay.
I
so-
apologize.
So it's 27 and 28 then?
Yeah, it's this Friday and Saturday coming up and the following Friday. and
Okay, no
Saturday.
problem.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, roll call, please, Jen.
Tom Inman,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barb Scolaire,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Marco Polo DiPietro,
Yes.
and Nate Albert.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Chief, you said the 20th, the 21st, the 27th, the 28th, right?
All right, now I got my dates screwed up. It's this Friday and Saturday and the
Which
following.
is the 20th and 21st?
Right.
The 20, yes, you got it right.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
It's not on that paper, it's on a piece of paper in front of that one.
But it's on this one, it's on the special
The
event.
agreement is correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the
probably,
agreement's correct.
it may be incorrect, but it's for those
Important
weekends.
documents, correct.
The next
Okay.
thing I have before you is Caroline Lakes. Every year we do an extra patrol in their subdivision on October 22nd. It's from 2 to 4. We're gonna have an officer up there, and that's part of their police event services agreement. I'd be looking for approval to enter into that agreement as well.
Motion be in order?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Inman, seconded by Alderman Albert for the special events police service agreement with Caroline Lakes. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please, Jen.
Marco Polo DiPietro,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Barb Scolaire,
Yes.
John Verche,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Tom Inman,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. The only other thing I can say is between now and the next meeting is Halloween. The hours are from 4 to 7 here in Crest Hill. If we can just, everybody watch out for one another, we'll have officers out extra, just keeping an eye on the kids, make sure they're wearing some kind of reflective clothing. It gets dark pretty quick now, so just a real special reminder. And that's all I have this evening.
And there will be extra patrol, correct?
Yes, there will be,
Yes.
Mayor.
Okay. Any questions of
Yes,
police?
can you give us an update on that traffic trailer?
Yeah, this next week, we're gonna have the traffic trailer out on Zauza. And I'd say the next 2 weeks, we're gonna have it out on Division Street, east of Gaylord Road. Just kinda trying to remind people to slow it down and regulate traffic a little bit. We're gonna keep moving it around again throughout the whole city. So, just
Thank you
another
for
reminder to say, slow it down.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, Chief, over on Kelly on the 1600 block.
Yeah.
1601 Kelly, it's one of the duplexes. They're parking a car between like the driveway and the stop sign. And that's too close, I think, to the corner. I don't know if we could look into maybe getting a sign there. And then also look into the restaurant across the street about the parking on Kelly there. If you
Yep,
could
I
take a
know we
look,
spoke about
come
this.
back with a suggestion for us. and
Yeah, I'll take a look. I know that kind of,
It gets kind of
Gets more
tight there and
clogged there.
hard and, yeah. It's
Yeah.
not all the time, just certain hours, but
yeah, I know a lot of people like to park when they're stopping in and out of the business there. And I'll take a look and see how that works out.
all right, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Ed. Moving on to the mayor's report. First on the agenda is Cheney Manji Halloween Parade road closure. You have a memo in the packet from Cheney Manji Superintendent Andy Siegfried. And every year for many, many years, the school has their annual Halloween parade, which will be on Tuesday, October 31st at 1 p.m. this year. They are asking for a police assistance and road closure for the parade, which will start in front of the school on Elsie Avenue, go east to Center Street, and then south to Ludwig. On Ludwig, it'll go west to Nicholson Street, and then back north to Elsie Avenue, and back east to the school. The parade takes about 20-25 minutes, so I would ask for a motion for the road closure during that time.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Verche, seconded by Alderman Dyke for the road closures as requested by Cheney Manji School for the Halloween parade. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Barb Scolaire,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Marco Polo DiPietro,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
and John Verche.
Yes.
Motion carries.
And I would ask for that, for both the police department and public works for that day, for some barricades, some assistance from the police and from public works employees for the half hour to make sure that all the children are kept safe during the parade walk.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda is an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances for the City of Crest Hill regarding alcoholic beverages, allowing for the increase in the number of Class C liquor licenses from 8 to 9. And we did meet with the applicant last Monday night at the work session, October 9th, and the applicant is Varun Malhotra. We did follow the process that we have been using for the last 9 years in regards to liquor license applications, and everything is in order. Varun is the new owner of the Shell gas station at 2350 Plainfield Road, and he is asking for a packaged liquor license, which will include the sale of packaged beer, wine, and hard liquor. So I would ask for a motion to be approved for the increase in the licenses from 8 to 9 in the city of Crest Hill.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Inman, seconded by Alderman Albert, in regards to the increase in packaged liquor licenses from 8 to 9. Questions or comments? Roll call, please, Jen.
Scott Dyke?
Yes.
John Verche?
Yes.
Barb Scolare?
Yes.
Claudia Gazal?
Yes.
Tina Oberlin?
Yes.
Marco Polo DiPietro?
Yes.
Nate Albert?
Yes.
And Tom Inman.
Yes.
Ordinance number 1753.
Okay, with that, I would like to invite Varun to the podium. Please state your name for the record and anything you would like to say or address the city council, Varun. I know it's been a intense process for the last 3 months, but welcome to the city of Crest Hill.
Thank you, and thank you for allowing me to serve, sell package like at my store. I appreciate it, and as I was telling you, Mayor, I won't let you down, and we'll make sure we follow each and every step as it's supposed to be.
And I know we spoke, you're going to make some major improvements to the lot and to the building. We look forward to that. I think that's long overdue for that establishment. So we wish you luck in the city of Crest Hill. We wish you a long, successful venture with the city. And if you ever need any assistance from us, you're certainly reach out to me, and we'll help you out all that we can.
Thank you so much.
And when you
everyone.
get up
Thank
and
you.
running, you know, we're gonna need the state license, we're gonna need all the other licenses from you in order to give you the liquor license. So it's really dependent upon your speed now, because everything's in order from our end. We just need to see all the paperwork from your end, and then you'll be good to go.
Absolutely. Health Department is coming in tomorrow. I already got my DRAM insurance, so just the state.
Okay, yeah, we'll just need copies of all of that and the state
Absolutely.
license, and we went
Thank you.
through all of this already. So any other comments from city council in regards to the
Welcome.
new business owner?
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Welcome and good luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. All right, that's all for the mayor's report. If there's any questions, I'll certainly try to answer them. Hearing none, we'll move on to the city clerk's report. Our deputy city clerk, Jan Serdar, is here this evening. Good evening, Jan.
Good evening. Only one item on the agenda. Autumn Ridge Towns is requesting the change to use the council chambers from November 2nd to November 16th. They would still be here from 7 p.m. to 9. The calendar has been checked, and that date is currently available.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderwoman Sclair. Questions or comments in regards to the motion for the change of date for Autumn Ridge Townhomes? Roll call, please.
Tina Oberlin?
Yes.
Marco Polo DiPietro?
Yes.
Nate Albert?
Yes.
Tom Inman?
Yes.
Scott Dyke?
Yes.
John Verche?
Yes.
Barb Scolare?
Yes.
Claudia Gazal?
Yes.
Motion carries, and that's all I have tonight.
Any
Well, I
questions
have
of Jan?
something. On October 20th, Jan Serdar will have celebrated 31 years with the city of Crest Hill as one of the most dedicated, honest, helpful, loyal, compassionate, the words escape me, employee anybody could ever ask for. I think that it's quite a coup that she is celebrating 31 years with the city of Crest Hill, and I just want to present you with these flowers, my dear.
Thank you. Very nice, thank you very much.
Now I can see you, Jen.
Congratulations, Jan, and thanks for everything that you do.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Questions, comments? Okay, moving on to city treasurer's report. Our treasurer, Glenn Conklin. Good evening, Glenn.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I would like to report regular and overtime payroll from September 18th, 2017 through October 1st of 2017 in the amount of $194,101.50. It's not an action item, but I do seek approval of our list of bills in the amount of $750,700
Motion would be in order?
So moved as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Cola DiPietro. Questions or comments in regards to the list of bills? Roll call, please, Jen.
Scott Dyke?
Yes.
John Verche?
Yes.
Barb Scolaire?
Yes.
Claudia Gazal?
Yes.
Tina Oberlin?
Yes.
Margot Cola DiPietro?
Yes.
Nate Albert?
Yes.
And Tom Inman.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you all. If there's any questions, I'll be happy to try to answer them.
Any questions of City Treasurer?
Yeah, Glenn? On the fund analysis report, like page 27, is the budget number for the whole year, or is it through September? You know?
You're on page 27?
Yeah, like the revenue number, the budget's 9.2 million, and then year-to-date 5.4. Is the 9.2 for the whole year, or is it just
Yeah.
September?
Oh, no. Yes, the 9 million, that's for the entire year.
Is there any way we can get it to reflect through September? So we can get a
You have that
comparable-
on the year-to-date.
Right, but the budget through September, so there's like comparable budget through September versus budget through, versus the month. that
We
you're using.
typically don't spell out the things on a monthly total,
No.
like to follow budget, because of the odd inflows of income, as well as, we have certain times of year where we get a whole bunch of income in. We have other times where there's a whole bunch outlay. For instance, summertime construction on the expense side, and then, for instance, like your levy on the revenue side, and sales tax tend to spike at the end of the year as well. So, we'd have that conversation with the finance department and see if there's perhaps what might be a better thing is to have a month-to-month, year-to-year versus what would be budgeted for that September of this year. So we can maybe talk about that this coming week.
Sure.
Anything
Any other
else?
questions? Okay, thanks, Glenn.
Thank you.
Moving on, unfinished business, we have nothing on the agenda. Anybody? New business? Anybody? Committee liaison reports. Anyone?
Yes. The annual Holiday Lights Contest will be going on again in the city. I have these printed up. I will leave some with Jan and the girls in the office. Hopefully, we can also get it put on the website and the scroll. But the last day to submit an entry this year will be Friday, December 8th. I have on here my information where you can send it back to me. You can email it to me. You can mail it to me. You can throw it in my front door, whatever you want to do. But if you have any questions, my number is 815-953-4257. The winners of this year's contest will be notified so that they can come to the meeting on December 18th, I believe it's the correct date, and get their award. So we look forward to, poor Nate's very sad because he can't enter it this year, but we look forward to many, many entries. So everybody, get out your lights and your reindeer and get ready for another fun year. Thank you.
Anyone else? Then I will go as chairman of the Veterans and Police Memorial Committee. We will have a workday this Friday, October 20th at 9 a.m. in the Veterans and Police Memorial Garden. We will be winterizing the garden. We'll be cutting daylilies. We'll be putting things away, trimming some bushes, pulling weeds. So it is strictly a volunteer basis. If anyone would like to come and help us, it takes about 2 hours of work to put everything in order, and all volunteers are more than welcome to show up on October 20th at 9 a.m. to help us out. Moving on to city council comments. Anybody, we have Alderwoman Gazal had asked me to go first
Okay.
prior to the meeting. Alderwoman?
Thank you, Mayor.
Ward two.
I'm going to speak today for me and Barb, since she can speak. So everything that I'm saying, it includes her. So I know I talked to her husband. He said he's happy that she can speak. No, that's a joke. But anyway. Yesterday, Barb and I, we attended the 21st annual of Take Back the Night. And every year is emotional, but this year was way more because it's sad. There's so much awareness, there's so much programs, there's so many people that can help. And this year was the biggest year of victim. 10 victims in 2017, 5 of them were children's. You know, it's just heartbreaking to see that. You know, I was a victim myself growing up, you know, in child abuse, and I hate to see this. It's just so sad that in today's world, we have that many victims. So I just want to keep fighting with Barb because this is really close to our heart. And we will always be there as long as I can. We will march and I'm just asking everyone to spread the word. A lot of these women are afraid, are scared to speak. And we need to help others, especially those kids. You know, this year they focus on sexual, and these kids are sexual abuse and sex trafficking, which is, it's happening here in the U.S. It's not happening just around the world. It's happening here in the U.S. And it's just so hard to see this. In addition to that, it's October Breast Cancer Awareness. And as many of you know, my mom died from breast cancer. And I just want to tell the ladies there, instead of like doing selfies, you know, please go and check your breast, do your mammograms. I had cancer myself last year, and I'm so blessed that God, you know, brought me through it. But there's so many programs out there, use them. Use them. If you have insurance, you don't have insurance, there's so many programs out there to help others. So I just want to make aware of that, and so is Barb. And that's it. Happy Halloween to everyone. Thank you.
Ward 1, Alderman Verche.
The only thing I have to say, Halloween is coming up at the end of the month. And if parents would please get their kids costumes that have some reflective tape on them so that people can see them, and masks so that they can look to see where traffic is so they don't run out the street or get hit by cars or bump into somebody else. So if they just take that care, it'll be a happy Halloween then.
Alderman Dyke.
Yeah, I'd like to send our deepest sympathy to Brooke Hernandez Brewer and her family. She was for a short time councilwoman with the city of Joliet on the sudden death of her husband, Correctional Officer Kevin Brewer with the Will County Sheriff's Department. Also wish all the children a happy Halloween, and everyone be safe.
Ward 3, Alderwoman Oberlin.
Several things. First of all, on October 14th, a longtime Crest Hill resident and a founding member of the Crest Hill Women's Civic League, Miss Kay Thomas, celebrated 103 years. They had a little party for her at the nursing home, and the Women's Civic League, we sent her flowers, and I was told, because I had to work and I had to miss it unfortunately, that she read the card out loud at least 12 times during the course of the party. She was so thrilled. And as a founding member of that, she was just a huge mover in the formation of this city and all the things that took place. And to celebrate 103 years is just outstanding. So I just want to wish her a little happy birthday on TV. I'm sure everybody will tell her. She's quite a lady, so thank you, Kay. Another note is, tagging on what you say, Claudia, I remind men this every year, that men also can get breast cancer, so don't overlook the men in your life. It also strikes men. And the last thing I want to say, besides, once again, congratulations, Miss Jan, is I attended State Representative Natalie Manley's second annual Night to Honor Women. And it's always a very wonderful program. This year, it was about lighting the way for mental health awareness. And it kind of ties into everything we were talking about, because it was talking about all the issues with programs out there that people can't get to, and money being taken from programs, and the average span of getting help when you have one of these mental health issues. I believe the term was, it took like 7 years from diagnosis to get help, which is just, we just can't continue like that. This is just sad. So I think we have to really, as a group of people, reach out and try to help somebody when we see they're in need. And if they need help, or you feel they're struggling, or if they have issues, there are so many wonderful programs out there through Trinity Services, NAMI of Will Grundy, Cornerstone, Stepping Stone, just to name a handful of them. They were all there that night that can get some help to these people much sooner than 4 or 7 years. So I just wanted to remind everybody of that and thank Representative Manley for another wonderful evening honoring women. Thank you.
Alderman Cola DiPietro.
Just congratulations to Jan on 31 years.
Thank you.
For your service.
Ward 4, Alderman Albert.
I just wanted to thank Claudia and Barb for representing the city at Take Back the Night. I know you guys have been doing that for several years, and we appreciate that. Also, to go along with Halloween, keep in mind that the Lions Club will be hosting their Halloweeny roast at 3 locations throughout the city, at Cheney School, Richland Center, and off of Boreal Drive by Tahoe Lane. That's where the Lions Club serve free hot dogs to the trick-or-treaters. So stop by, say hello to the Lions, and get a hot dog. Also, Jan, congratulations.
Thank you.
You don't want to know how old I was when you
Be
started?
quiet.
Were you even born?
That ain't right.
Was he alive?
Yes, I was born, guys. That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Alderman Inman.
Thank you, Mayor. Jan, congratulations again. That's a long ride, 31 years.
Yes, it has been.
Great job, and we appreciate your service. We certainly do.
Thank you.
Also, I want to wish everybody a healthy and happy Halloween. As was stated, watch out for those little guys running across the street. Be very careful when you're driving around. And finally, concerning the breast cancer thing, let's make it all cancers as a group. Feel free to donate. With what I had with the prostate thing, just seeing what the medical community has come up with and what they've done and accomplished in the last 2 years is unbelievable. Let's knock this thing out. Get it over with. If you could afford $1, put it in. Really, let's help these folks. There isn't a family out there who has not been touched by that disease. And if not your immediate family, certainly friends and neighbors. So let's do what we can to get that taken care of. And I thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to public comment. I'm going to invite our 2 friends, Morgan Durdek and Peggy Grandal, to the podium. Just, if you would, please, for the record, you need to state your name.
Okay, I'm Peggy Grandal. I wrote something down so I could get through this. Mayor Solomon, members of council and staff, I'd like to thank each of you for reading the information sent to you by Safe Pets for Joliet, as well as doing your own personal research to understand where pet shop puppies really do come from. In a recent search of the website petfinder.com, where many rescues and shelters list their available pets for adoption, I noted that within a 25-mile radius of the city of Crest Hill, there were 2,600 dogs available for adoption, with over 700 of them being puppies 12 weeks and under. Rescues and shelters, along with reputable, responsible breeders, ensure that there will always be a humane choice for your residents when adding a pet to their families. Because of your vote this evening to pass this ordinance, you'll never have a business in your community that values making money at any cost, even cruelty to animals. I'm honored to have had this opportunity to work with all of you, and I thank you for keeping your promise. Thank you.
Thank you, Peggy. Morgan?
Mine's much shorter. As the mayor said at the work session, you made a promise and you kept it. That's not always the case with governments, so it's not something we take for granted. On behalf of Safe Pets for Joliet, the residents of Crest Hill and surrounding communities, and all of the animals whose lives this legislation can save, thank you.
Thanks, Morgan. And thank you to both you ladies. It's been a long road, but we did keep our promise, and it has all worked out. And so thank you for your persistence and your patience. And I think we have all formed a nice friendship here. Anybody else, comments from council?
Glad it worked out this way, I'll tell you that.
Anybody else would like to address the city council? You need to come to the podium, state your name for the record. Your address is optional. Seeing none, to our city administrator, Heather, is there a need for an executive session?
No, there is not, Mayor.
Motion to adjourn, Mayor.
Second.
We have motion for an adjournment by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Boucher. Questions or comments? Roll call, please, Jen.
Barb Scoler?
Yes.
Claudia Gazal?
Yes.
Tina Oberlin?
Yes.
Marco Polo DiPietro?
Yes.
Nate Albert?
Yes.
Tom Inman?
Yes.
Scott Dyke?
Yes.
John Verche?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, meeting is adjourned at 7:50 PM. Wish everyone a happy and safe Halloween. Thank you and good evening.
Scott, I was playing.